Yeah, hello everyone and welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, I want to show you how to draw process charts in Microsoft Excel. So in the internet and on this site, netmind.net for components effective process map, I saw this and I want to replicate it in Microsoft Excel. So for those of us who work Microsoft Excel and would want to present visuals of this nature or process charts of this nature, we can also just use Excel to do something like this and then use it for our presentation. Let me show you how to do that. So here we have Excel, and the first thing I want to do is I want to go to my view tab and take out the grid lines. So I have just this. So the next thing I want to do is to look out for um, things that I would use here and bring them in. In other words, I want to look out for the objects I will use here. So here I know I have that of a stat. I know I have rectangle, I have circles, I have a decision box and all of that. So that's exactly what I would be doing here. And to do that, I will go to my insert tab, I'll go to illustrations and then shapes. So here is where I would have the shapes I would work with. Okay, so these are recently used shapes, and you can see that much of what we'll be using are here in the recently used shape. So let me pick the rectangle, and the first thing I want to do is what will be in the header. What will be in the header. So here I have technology acquisition process. So that's what I will do. Technology acquisition process. So haven't done that, I can always select it, and in my home tab I can change the color to whatever. I can also, in my format tab, I can also take out the shape outline. So I always like taking it out because, like you can see, it looks smooth and fine here. You can also select it and then either increase your text here. Let's put it at the middle, so that's it for us. So we can use it in this way. So the next thing I would like to do is to come out with the swim lanes. So I'm going to replicate this. Replicate it here. Okay, I can use my arrow buttons to just adjust where it should be, and I think it's fine. We do not need this text now, so I'm taking it out. And what I'm going to do is just extend it this way. Okay, and this time around I need an outline, so I'm going in here, pick an outline, take a line and give it a color. And once I do that, I take out the fill colors here. So I have something I can use here. So I'm going to replicate this one and just place it side by side with this, and just, okay, like this. And then we do a third one. That third one is just going to stay below here. Okay, so looks like we're fine. Yeah, so your arrow buttons can help you position it the way you want. So it looks like we're fine here. So 1, 2, and 3. The first one here is empty, so I'm not going to be doing anything with that. So we have executive team, business unit, and project teams. Okay, so to do that, what I will be doing is I still can use a rectangle. In fact, it's all has to do with how creative you could be with these tools. So what I'm going to do is just I'm just going to create something with this, and while it is, you can see this here, I'm just going to turn it. So there it goes in there, and just size it appropriately. Okay, so that is what it is. and then having it this way, I just replicate and using Control D, select it, and then Control D like this puts it right there for us. So we're fine with this. Okay. Are we? Yes, we look like. Okay. All right, that's fine. So the next thing we do is we go and look for a text box. So I have a text box here. I'm going to bring in that text box. I'll put in executive team. Team. Okay. So once again, you find out that you have this here. So it allows us to turn it in whichever way we want. This time we just want it this way. Okay. So I'm going to move it here. Executive team. Let's make it a little bigger and make it white. And the font color white. And we can make it bold if we want to. So that's for that. So again, Control D, I want to replicate it, and we have it here. And also there we have the other one. So here we have the project team. So I'm just going to be project team, and here we have the business unit. So you can see that it's coming into shape like this. So what I would just do is, let me just minimize this so that we can see it this way. So you can always bring it back by double clicking and it comes up this way. Okay, so okay, so we have it this way. So we now see what things we need to bring in the, so I need so I go to my insert, and insert we go to shapes, and then we'll be bringing in our stats. Okay, so here we should have it. Okay, that's it here. So I'm just going to use it here. So it's the start. So we have a start here, and I would like to just make it middle, bring it to this point, increase it a little bit, and just like that. Okay, so that's our start. I want to replicate it because I know that I have somewhere where it's going to be an end, and it's the same thing. So we just put it here and then end. Okay, so that does for that. And then we'll go back, and we have rectangles 1 2 3. So I'm going back to my insert. I'm going to get rectangles, and now we can pick those rectangles from anywhere, but let me just have this. There is one in each of the lanes from what we see there. So I'm going to just replicate this. I think there's one here, and there is one somewhere here. So we'll position them where they should be. Okay, actually I have two here, somewhere around here, two, and then we have the third one here. Okay, 1 2 3. Okay, then the next thing we need a decision box. So I have a decision box here. Okay, so we have this one here, and I'm going to replicate it because there is another one here, but this time a smaller one. Okay, so we'll have that one just here, and okay, so we have those two decision boxes there, and then we have this other one here. It's called off-page connector. So we're going to just pick it, and it's somewhere here. So we're going to put it somewhere here, and we're going to take out its outline. We don't want the outline there. Same for each of this. We don't want outlines for them. Okay, so there they are. So the next thing we will be doing, it's we will have this still go back to our shapes and bring in circles. What would the circles do? They would help us for the numbers. And so I'm going to use a fill color of this, take out the outline, and so it has a value of 1. Now you can see where the 1 is. It's not ideal, so you just come here and then use this for it, so to get it the way you want. Okay, so we need to just position them where they should be. We have 1 here and we have 1, so replicating it is easy. While it is selected, just do your Ctrl D and then you'll be able to have it copied. So here I'm just going to change this to 2. Okay, and the next one is replicate this and we just move it here, change it to 3, and here we have it 4 and 5. So we replicate, move it to our desired position, and this is 4, and here I just move it down here, I think, and that's 5. Okay, so that's about what we have here. That's about what we have here. And then the next thing we'll do is bring in the arrows. Okay, so that's one interesting thing when you're working with shapes in Excel. So the arrows are here, and so we have the straight one. So once you select an arrow and bring it close to a shape, you're going to do these circles around it. You see that there are points that you can use to stick your arrows. You see, so I'm going to choose this one, hold down my mouse button, and I'm going to draw it, and I'm coming to this shape. I'm seeing another one, and I just aim at the center of it and then leave it. So what does that do? You'll see here. So you see, as I move this, they are joined together, and I can always make it straight, and then we have this one here. Okay, so that's how you're going to do for all of the others, except that the kind of arrows you choose might be different. So for this one, I'm going to pick this, and I think we have it like this coming in here. Okay, let me confirm that. Okay, that's exactly what we have. So still using this, we use it to build to this one, and then we have that there. That's this other one going. We have one coming to the end here, so we're going to pick it again, and then it's going to come from this end and to this other end. Now because we have it like this and it's joined, I can always adjust, and you can see it follows with it. You get it? And also with the arrows, I can do some adjustments in the line, and then we have this one. So doesn't it look nice? Yes, it does. We can do all of this in Excel, and then we have this other one coming from here. Okay, so I need go to my shapes and take this, and so this one goes like this. Okay, so I may want to shift this one a little bit. You get it, and give this some space here. Okay, so there we have it. You can see that it's coming to what it is here. Get another one, and so you can see how it is done. It's quite easy. Just get whatever objects you feel is appropriate and then implement them as it is done right here. Okay, so we're going to have another one here. It's coming in from here. Okay, we're right about that. And just two more. This goes straight down to this. So go straight down to this. We might need to do, oh no, we didn't get it right, so that's better. So you see the green buttons that come up to tell us that yes, okay, it's we've made a connection between two objects of that sort. So you get it. So we're able to build it that way. So for this other one, all what we need to do is use same, this time an arrow. So most of the time you're going to find yourself using the elbow arrow or the elbow connector. So we just pick that and we come to this end here. So you'll notice that they are different. Just pick this knob here, pick this point here and try to make them fit in, so you can see that it does just what we want here. So you can see that we've done all of these things, bring them in here, and that's what we have. The next thing you need to do is bring in all whatever you want to write within it. Now I'll show you something like this one that says that approve project. Okay, so approve project. So if you see, you find out that it doesn't fit in the way we want. So how do we, what do we do to make it fit in? So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to right click on it and format shape. So once you do that, you'll see this size and property icon here. So we're going to click on that icon. Clicking on that icon, we are going to come to text box. If it's not opened, if it's like this, just click on text box and you will see this. So what I need to do is come to the margins, These are the what controls the margins. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce all of them to 0. So that gives me some space within here. So once I've done that, I can you see, so we now have that there. So we can increase it, we can bring it to the middle like this, and we can increase it to as much as we can take. So that is what we have here. So most of the times you're going to find out that it may not fit in what you want to write. Just make sure that all the margins are 0, and then you adjust the size, and then certainly you're going to get it something you want inside it. So I'm going to just take some time to put in the things that are inside and come back to you. All right, so we're back again, and this is what we have. We've been able to bring in each of these things inside the box in it. So I just wanted you to see how we could bring in these things that we have here. You see, approve, reject, requirement, need more work, and all of those things in it. So let's look at how we bring in this approve into it. So what we do is that we go to our insert, we go to look for a text box, and here it is. So we put it there, and what we want to bring in is approved. So we have this approved in here. So what we just need to do is bring it in here, and I think that's where it is. Okay, so it's in there, and while it's in there, all you need to do is, you know, give it a white field. So it has a white field there, and just resize it as it should be. Let me move this a little, and so that is it. So you can see it there, and it is just as if it is what it is here. So you could use any color for it to get it. What color can I use here? Let me just use green for approve. So you have it just there. So you can replicate this one because you have another place, for example, rejected. So I'm going to just copy this one, bring it somewhere here, and what we do is just use rejected, and rejected, yes, we can use red for that. So we just use red for that. Let's use a darker red for it here. So you can see how it fits in fine with it. So you could use it to do all the others, you know, like this other one. Just Control D, move it here, and we see that this one is approved project. Or project approved, whatever it is there. So all I need to do is just extend it so that it shows, you get it. So that's the way you can you can bring it in and have something really fine and presentable, and you can use it to do a lot of your presentation, and then have them in such a way that makes it interesting for you to use in presenting things that are related to processes, you know. So we're gonna put this one here like this so that it just looks like it's there. Okay, and I think that's quite it. Okay, just requirement need more work. Okay, let's have another one here which says this time I just want to put rework, you know. So we have this one here, and we can just adjust it, you know. We can just adjust it there, and that means rework. So you can see how this came out, and you already know how you could use colors for all of this. Those are things that we already know how to do, but use colors in such a way that it brings out the information just the way you can present it. So it makes it nice, huh? Okay, so because you're using a background like this, you might have to change one or two things about it. So this is how you can come out with a process chart in Microsoft Excel, and it's quite presentable. If you want to select everything, maybe you want to take it to PowerPoint or do any of such things, just come to this find and select, and let me just clear. It's in the home tab, find and select. Just come down, say select objects. So that makes it possible for you to select all of them as one. So you see everything is selected here, and so you could do anything you want. You can copy it that way, or you can go to your format and then group them, group all of them to become one, and that's it. So it can move. So when you select it, it can move just anywhere as one object. So I hope you learned something from this tutorial on how to build process charts with Microsoft Excel. So I hope to see you in another tutorial. If you enjoy what you've seen, why not subscribe so that you can enjoy more from my tutorials. I will appreciate if you have questions, or if you have things you feel Excel can do, you want to see it done, please feel free to ask me in the comments below, and I will give it a shot. Have a nice time till my next video.